You know what?
Yeah,
I would
water on the
never have
floor.
me back if I were you.
Yeah.
Number 10, Dax Shepard, Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Beloved comedian Dax Shepard has often discussed his struggles with substance use disorder, and a 2004 appearance on Late Night with Conan O'Brien marked an important turning point. Shepard entered in an over-the-top way, falling over his chair and accidentally damaging a table.
Yeah, and I think it might have been...
It seemed like harmless horseplay until Shepard spent the interview randomly going off topic. Seemingly recognizing the problem, Conan O'Brien banned the actor from his show for a time. While this didn't greatly affect Shepard's career, it soured his reputation.
A lot of union members in the audience.
Yeah, the John...
UAW! Let's hear it for the UAW!
John Hardy's coming out.
He now looks back at the incident as a moment that reflected the danger to more than just his professional life.
I flew all the way out here.
You did not.
I got
You
bit by a
walked here.
cobra. I broke the coffee mug, and now I'm leaving?
Shepard has spoken candidly about his recovery journey in the years since, and has been welcomed back by O'Brien. Number 9, Chris Harrison, Extra. The Bachelor has faced much controversy through the years.
Nobody thinks about me, Joe.
Host Chris Harrison essentially stood by the show at every turn, but came under fire in 2021. He appeared on Extra to address contestant Rachel Kirkconnell's attendance at a college ball that has historically romanticized the antebellum South.
Is it a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in 2021?
It's
Because
not
there's
a
a big
good
difference.
look ever, because she's celebrating
Well-
the old South.
Harrison's lengthy response crudely defended Kirkconnell, excusing her actions while basically brushing off the racism embedded in the event.
The woke police is out there, and this poor girl, Rachel, who has just been thrown to the lions. I don't know how you are equipped when you have never done this before to be woke enough, to be eloquent enough, to be ready to handle this. And my guess is this woman needs a little time.
While Kirkconnell went on to win The Bachelor 25, Harrison and the show parted ways amid backlash and online hostility against interviewer and previous Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay. The Bachelor has since taken steps to become more progressive. Some may be ready to see Harrison return, but others feel he still has a long way to go.
Then there's implicit racism, where you have these unconscious biases and stereotypes and misconceptions of certain groups. And that's what we were seeing in that interview.
Number 8, Billy Bush, Access Hollywood. Billy Bush lost the gig as a Today host just a few months after getting it.
NBC News announced last night that Billy Bush would be leaving the Today Show effective immediately.
With the 2016 U.S. presidential election heating up, the public discovered tape from Bush's 2005 interview with Donald Trump for Access Hollywood.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
On it, Trump discussed women in a sexually graphic and disturbing manner. Bush, for his part, chuckled and went along with it, which, needless to say, did not fly.
You know Billy Bush?
Hello, nice to see you. How you doing, Ariane?
The comments soon became a blight on his character. While the tape didn't prevent Trump from winning the election, it did cost Bush his position at Today. He has since expressed remorse and become the host for Extra. Still, it's an example of how the past can catch up to TV personalities not running for office. Number 7, Kathy Griffin, The View. Most people know Kathy Griffin can get harsh.
You talk about folks, and because I was in the audience when you talked about me, and everybody laughed except me.
The same edgy and confrontational comedy that made her famous has gotten her banned from multiple shows through the years.
Dr. Maya Angelou is there, who I find to be insufferable, and also a national treasure.
We can't even get into all the different cases here, but she's notably been barred from appearing on The View several times. On one occasion, she and Elizabeth Hasselbeck became involved in a tense on-air discussion after the latter began criticizing the comedian's methods. Griffin fought back, which didn't sit well with Hasselbeck.
You've said things about people here that are A, untrue, and B, not so funny. So do you ever feel weird, like them coming here, say, and sitting here, and you kind of, promoting things?
Actually, this moment is what I live for, so bring it.
Now, many people sided with Griffin on this one, but nevertheless, this reportedly ignited something of a feud between the pair. More importantly, Griffin claimed the incident got her banned from the show. Number 6, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly Today. After being praised for helping to expose a culture of harassment at Fox News, Megyn Kelly faced controversy in NBC's daytime lineup. Megyn Kelly Today was criticized for its host's awkward personality and commentary. After roughly 1 year on the air, Kelly went way too far.
Fair warning, I'm a little fired up over Halloween costumes this morning. Have you seen it? I mean, truly, political correctness has gone amok.
Participating in an all-white discussion panel on appropriate Halloween costumes, she brushed off blackface as a modern controversy.
You do get in trouble if you are a white person who puts on blackface on Halloween, or a black person who puts on whiteface for Halloween. Like, back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character.
She even equated it with whiteface. Though she apologized for disregarding the historical harm of this racist practice, the backlash was swift and got the show the wrong kind of attention.
Well, I was wrong, and I am sorry. One of the great parts of sitting in this chair each day is getting to discuss different points of view. Sometimes I talk and sometimes I listen. And yesterday I learned.
Megyn Kelly Today was promptly canceled before Halloween, with NBC later firing Kelly in January 2019. While she now notably has a podcast, we've been seeing much less of her lately. Number 5. Piers Morgan, Good Morning Britain. Piers Morgan has been at the center of many scandals due to his controversial journalism and hosting style, but he couldn't entirely bounce back from his take on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Oprah interview on Good Morning Britain. His allegations that the Duchess was exaggerating her traumatic experiences with racism and mistreatment within the royal family sparked an uproar.
You're prepared to let that bombshell just lie completely unanswered, so that we now have to think it could be any one of the royal family that was apparently racist about the skin colour of your child.
Morgan soon resigned from the show, purportedly in defense of free speech. The scandal was so great that Sharon Osbourne and The Talk parted ways after she aggressively defended her friend. Morgan has since largely been pigeonholed in conservative media, with fewer filters and viewers for his divisive opinions.
Let me finish. What colour could your baby be? Is there a difference between that question phrased in that innocent, perhaps, way, and somebody doing it in a tone that says, well, how dark is your baby going to be?
Well, I think,
in a derogatory,
and
perhaps racist
right,
tone.
Exactly.
Despite a still loyal following, his behavior has made him less of a voice for the masses.
I'm not taking anything they said at face value, I'm afraid. I think it's completely self-serving.
Number 4. Tom Cruise, Today. Tom Cruise made headlines during a promotional tour for 2005's War of the Worlds.
Is there any fear in your part that what happens personally overshadows the movie?
No, it never does.
Now, his euphoric interview with Oprah Winfrey was probably his most memorable stop.
We've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before?
But the Today Show was the most disastrous. As a Scientologist, the actor strongly opposes psychiatry and its treatments, so Matt Lauer bringing up Cruz's public criticism of antidepressants and of Brooke Shields' use of them led to a heated argument that derailed the interview.
It's very impressive to listen to you because clearly you've done the homework and you know the subject.
And you should. And you should do that also, because just knowing people who are on Ritalin isn't enough. You should be a little bit more responsible in knowing
I'm not prescribing Ritalin, Tom.
In turn, the incident damaged the charismatic public persona people had come to associate with the actor. Needless to say, this Today appearance marked a shift in public perception of Tom Cruise and his convictions. Number 3. Ellen DeGeneres, The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Ellen DeGeneres was known as one of the most lovable personalities on daytime television, but a disconnect between her and her audience became apparent amid the COVID-19 pandemic. During lockdown, Ellen broadcast from DeGeneres' lavish home, which she at one point jokingly compared to a prison.
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail.
Now, people can relate to feeling trapped in quarantine. Still, many felt that DeGeneres' comments were offensive given the links she drew, combined with the fact that she didn't acknowledge how comfortable her so-called prison is.
It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone in here is gay. The jokes that I have.
This made it easier for audiences to believe a string of show employees' allegations that DeGeneres created a toxic work environment. The Ellen DeGeneres Show ended its 19-season run in 2022, with the blemishes on the host character still haunting her post-daytime career.
So I'm a pretty good actress.
Number 2. Charlie Sheen, The Alex Jones Show. There was a time when Charlie Sheen was TV's highest-paid actor as the star of 2.5 Men.
You know, for such a boring guy, you lead a very complicated life.
And he was generally able to separate his professional life from his many controversial views and personal struggles. That all changed with the scandal involving far-right provocateur Alex Jones' radio talk show. During an interview in 2011, Sheen went after 2.5 Men creator Chuck Lorre.
I've spent, I think, close to the last decade converting your tin cans into pure gold.
The offensive rant went viral for all the wrong reasons. This contributed to the network's decision to fire Sheen from the hit show and led to a collapse in his professional reputation. The brief run of his sitcom anger management aside, Sheen has rarely been seen acting on screen since. Number 1. Paula Deen. Today, in 2013, a discrimination lawsuit led to the revelations that Paula Deen had used anti-black language and recounted wanting to plan an antebellum plantation-themed wedding.
I want to learn and grow from this. Inappropriate, hurtful language is totally unacceptable.
The scandal itself was bad enough, but Deen's responses made it worse. More specifically, her appearance on Today arguably finished off her reputation.
I've had to hold friends in my arms while they've sobbed because they know what's being said about me.
After postponing the interview, she ended up using the appearance to deflect. People felt like she was trying to play the sad victim, and many weren't buying it. Today was just the most high-profile in a series of disastrous missteps that cooked the chef's brand, while several companies distanced themselves from her in the aftermath. Deen remains a prominent personality in Southern cooking, but her lower profile shows that she's not to everyone's tastes.
Please forgive me for the mistakes that I've made.